If you want to get outrageously rich in Australia, you'll have the best chance by becoming a tech entrepreneur or owning a mining conglomerate. With that in mind, in today's video, we'll show you top 15 richest billionaires in Australia. Number 15, Lindsay Fox. Lindsay Fox owns Linfox, Australia's biggest private logistics company, with more than 5,000 trucks across 10 countries in Asia Pacific. The company also owns a large industrial property portfolio, a half share in a business park, 2 airports, and currency management outfit Armguard. Fox is no longer involved in day-to-day operations, leaving management to his son Peter, who is executive chairman and runs the logistics business. His other sons Andrew and David run the property division and look after the airports respectively. Number 14, Richard White. Richard White founded software company WiseTech Global in 1994 to help logistics companies manage goods and information across supply chains. Since the company went public in 2016, WiseTech's shares have soared more than 5-fold due to strong growth in revenue and acquisitions worldwide. He is the company's chief executive and retains a controlling stake. Touted as Australia's next Atlassian, Sydney-based WiseTech has more than 17,000 customers in 160 countries. It uses its cloud-based logistics platform, CargoWise One, to automate dozens of steps. Number 13, Jack Cowin. Canadian-born fast food mogul Cowin built his fortune on burgers, fried chicken, and pizza. He founded and chairs Sydney-based Competitive Foods Australia, which operates Burger King's Australian franchise as Hungry Jack's. The franchise boasts more than 400 stores and a food processing division. Cowin is also the top shareholder of Domino's Pizza Enterprises, the listed Australian franchisee of the US parent company. Cowin started with one KFC outlet in Perth after immigrating in 1969. Number 12, Fiona Geminder. Fiona Geminder owns almost 40% of listed plastics packaging business Pact Group with husband Raphael Geminder. She also holds a large stake in her family's paper packaging and recycling business, Vicey Asia Pacific. She holds the stake with her brother Anthony Pratt and sister Heloise Pratt, who are both also billionaires. Number 11, Clive Palmer. The ebullient resources player and former member of the Australian Parliament, Clive Palmer became a billionaire in 2019. His fortune soared after a court ordered a flow of iron ore royalties to his company, Mineralogy, to resume. He started Mineralogy in 1984 and has built a portfolio of iron ore, thermal coal, and hydrocarbon assets. Number 10, John Gondel. Gondel owns half of the Southern Hemisphere's largest shopping mall, Chadstone, with more than 500 stores in eastern Melbourne. He also has a big stake in Listed Property Trust Vicinity Centres, which owns the other half of Chadstone, plus other malls and outlets. He first got rich by expanding his Polish immigrant parents' clothing chain for women, Susan, now owned by his niece, Naomi Milgram. Number 9, Kerry Stokes. Kerry Stokes took a winding path en route to earning a fortune with his Seven Group Holdings, which has many media, construction, and mining assets. Early in his life, his mother gave him up for adoption, and he later dropped out of school at age 14. He started his career selling Caterpillar tractors and trucks in Australia, and eventually China, before moving into media with Seven Group. Number 8, John, Alan, and Bruce Wilson. The Wilson brothers own a majority stake in Reece Group, Australia's biggest bathroom and plumbing supplies chain. Their Reece also provides HVAC-R, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration to commercial and residential customers. The company, which has more than 800 outlets across Australia, New Zealand, and the U.S., celebrated its centennial in 2020. John has retired from the board, but retains a large stake with his brothers Alan and Bruce. Alan became Reece's chairman in 2008 and his son Peter is now chief executive. Number 7, Blair Perry-O'Keeton. Blair Perry-O'Keeton inherited a 25% stake in Cox Enterprises in 2007 when her mother, Barbara Cox Anthony, passed away. Cox Enterprises is a $19.2 billion sales, automotive, and media company based in Atlanta. It owns cable TV firm Cox Communications. Blair's brother, Jim Kennedy, is the company's chairman. Her grandfather, James M. Cox, founded the company in 1898 with the purchase of Dayton's Evening News newspaper. Number 6. Anthony Pratt. Pratt is the executive chairman of Australia's biggest private company, Vicey Asia Pacific, a packaging and recycling business. The company was set up by his grandfather in 1948 in Melbourne and expanded by his late father, Richard. He also owns Atlantis Pratt Industries, the biggest U.S. manufacturer of corrugated cardboard. His sisters, Heloise Pratt and Fiona Geminder, also hold stakes in Vicey and are fellow billionaires. Number 5. Harry Triguboff. Triguboff is one of Australia's richest people. Born in China to Russian parents, he came to Australia as a teenager. Triguboff found success in business by providing higher-density living options in Sydney, Australia's largest city, which has traditionally been dominated by freestanding homes. His apartment tower development company, Meriton, sees strong demand in Sydney, while it also has a presence in southeast Queensland. Number 4. Scott Farquhar. Scott Farquhar is co-founder of collaboration software company Atlassian, based in Sydney, Australia. He and co-CEO Mike Cannon-Brookes started the company soon after graduating from college, funding it with credit cards. Atlassian, which doesn't have a traditional sales team, boasts NASA, Tesla, and SpaceX as customers. Farquhar is co-founder of Pledge 1%, which urges companies to donate at least 1% of equity, employee time, or products to charity. Farquhar and Cannon-Brookes are reportedly neighbors in Sydney, where they own the second most and most expensive homes in Australia, respectively. Number 3. Mike Cannon-Brookes. Mike Cannon-Brookes is co-founder of collaboration software firm Atlassian, based in Sydney. He and co-CEO Scott Farquhar started the company soon after graduating from college, funding it with credit cards. Atlassian, which has no sales team, boasts NASA, Tesla, and SpaceX as customers. In December 2020, Cannon-Brookes bought a minority stake in NBA team Utah Jazz, along with Qualtrics co-founder Ryan Smith. Cannon-Brookes has been a vocal advocate for reducing Australia's reliance on fossil fuels in favor of renewable energy sources. Number 2. Andrew Forrest. Forrest started his first mining company, Anaconda Nickel, now called Minera Resources, in 1994. 9 years later, he founded Fortescue Metals Group, which mines and ships iron ore to China. Investing in sustainable energy projects, he's now focused on repositioning the company into a green energy powerhouse to produce steel in Australia. He now also has farming interests to capitalize on China's growing appetite for meat and dairy products. Regarded as Australia's biggest philanthropist, he made the country's largest ever donation in 2019, gifting 655 million Australian dollars to a variety of causes. Number 1. Gina Rinehart. Gina Rinehart is Australia's richest citizen who built her wealth on iron ore. The daughter of high-profile iron ore explorer Lang Hancock, Rinehart rebuilt her late father's financially distressed company, Hancock Prospecting. The biggest piece of her fortune comes from the Roy Hill mining project, which started shipments to Asia in 2015. The mining magnate is also Australia's second-largest cattle producer, with a portfolio of properties across the country. Rinehart became executive chairman of Hancock Prospecting in 1992. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already, then don't forget to subscribe and press that like button. Also hit the bell icon so you could never miss new updates from us. Stay safe, and we will meet you in the next one.